Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
Where have you been?
We've been waiting for you.
Peer group on Facebook. As a matter of fact, in the files section, every court document, everything has been saved there since 2016. That's where you can find the most facts on this case. The file section is just amazing. But this, Kelly Gay Thomas, she's no longer with us. And from Free Darlie, there was an exchange between her and Darlie Key. And we made a note to save that and make sure to keep that post alive, because Kelly Gay Thomas was the nicest woman ever. And Darlie Key had always said, I'm an open book, just ask. And she did ask. And this is what happened. So I'm going to read this off real quick. The real Darlie Key. This is an exchange that occurred on the Free Darlie group that appears on Facebook and is admin by a convicted internet terrorist by the name of David Moffat. He was convicted of that. That's a true crime. He's from Iron Mountain, Minnesota. He still runs the group. This took place in 2011 after Darlie Key was asked a simple question by one of our late members, Kelly Gay Thomas. May she rest in peace. Kelly was the nicest person, always proper in her posts, but very inquisitive about the case. She had a genuine love for the memory of Devin and Damon. Kelly is gone now, but I try to keep this post alive in memory of her fight for Devin and Damon. This post shows just how deceitful and nasty Darlie Key can be when asked a legitimate question about the case. And notice her little cronies jump in. Kelly asks, Miss Key, I'll try again. Why is it you stated in the Riggs video that your daughter never took a polygraph, when it was clearly granted by the judge, private permission, without the prosecution's knowledge to do so, and which was done? It took about 6 hours, and further, can you explain why all of you are so tight-lipped about the results of it? Why did her attorneys remain so adamant about keeping the results private? Wouldn't that be something to brag about instead? This is Darlie Key's response. You need to watch the rig tape again. I said she did take the test. It was inconclusive. Riggs said if she passes, she was a psychopath. If she failed, she was guilty. How do you like those words from a supposedly unbiased reporter?
Records on Friday, October 4th, during the afternoon, Routier was moved from her cell in the Lou Sterrett Justice Center through the basement sally port into a room at the Crowley Courts building. It was in there that she was given a polygraph exam, which lasted 6 hours. Routier's mother met with her daughter within minutes of finishing the polygraph. Wouldn't she have told you that she...
I believe she would have, yes.
And why don't you think she did?
I don't know.
Routier's mother says Doug Parks, the court-appointed lawyer at the time, did not tell the family about the polygraph.
Now, wait. Now, she says that she told Robert Riggs, who is a Peabody-winning journalist, that I told him she did take the test. And he said, well, if she passed it, she's a psychopath. Blah, blah, blah. These are flat out lies. I'm going to get back to what the post was about, but you can look up Darlie Routier lie detector test on my channel and see everything. Darlie Key says, you need to watch the rig tape again. I said she did take the test, and she absolutely said no, she did not take a test. And it was inconclusive. She did not say it was inconclusive to Riggs either. Riggs did not say this. Riggs said if she passes, she's a psychopath, and if she failed, she was guilty. How do you like those words from a supposedly unbiased reporter? Well, he wasn't unbiased. Riggs was not unbiased. He believed that she was guilty. And then Darlie Key goes to say, I don't know why you repeat lies. Kelly Gay Thomas asked again. At the 10:31 mark of Riggs' video, you stated, no, she never took a polygraph. You were even shaking your head no while answering him. Inconclusive? What document and person stated that? What I don't understand is why you repeat lies. No, I said it was inconclusive and you weren't there, but we can all see it on film. See what I mean? It means nothing except someone ignorant of law. What's law got to do with seeing this interview? It was on news on ABC unless you have created something. Then she claims that she made it all up. She always claims people make things up. Darlie Key, only 3 people there. Darlie Lynn, attorney, and examiner, unless you were there as a ghost. So now she knows she took it. And she knows how many people were there. But to Robert Riggs on national news, she said she did not take one. Darlie Key, who are you and why are you so against Darlie? This site is justice for Darlie, not hatred of Darlie. Kelly Gay Thomas says, Miss Key, I'm speaking of the Robert Riggs video. I have to repeat myself again. You clearly stated she never took a polygraph. And you said, if you said she never took a polygraph, then why do you claim now to state it was inconclusive? You are clearly contradicting yourself. No, I wasn't there during the murder, as you were not either. So you are denying that video sitting at the picnic table, that you are stating that she did take a poly? Darlie Key responds, Kelly Gay, I'm speaking of a news video with Riggs in it. There is no Riggs tape. Did you hear me this time? There is a Riggs tape. It's on my channel twice. I don't know if the test was complete or attempted. I know inconclusive. Well, it was complete, or they wouldn't have got a so-called inconclusive result. Do you know what that means? If not, look it up. Kelly responds with, so now you're finally saying that she did take one. Why did you deny it at all to begin with? No, I wasn't there, and I don't believe in ghosts anyway. I'm not against Darlie, but I sure am against what she did to those 2 beautiful little boys. You two were not there during the poly, but were seen hugging and sobbing afterwards. I believe anyone should be able to discuss the case on any page. If any of her supporters feel so sure and certain of her innocence, they'd be glad to discuss the case. This is another nasty one, Jessica Whitman. Here's an idea. Why don't you mind your own business and stop bothering them? You obviously have your own opinion. You're entitled to that, as is everyone. But what you're not entitled to is torture. What, by asking her a question? You know, if Darlie Key doesn't come in this group, she won't be asked any questions. And that is exactly what you are doing, torturing that whole family. You should be ashamed of yourself. Give it a rest already. Now I know you are crazy. Hug Darlie while in jail? Better ask Greg how did I get in jail, LOL. It's possible she got a special visit that day because Robert Riggs would not have reported it that way. Crying and sobbing together. Maybe she got a visit after that. The Dallas County Jail was a little bit different than the penitentiary. Kelly Gay Thomas responds to Jessica. No, Jessica, those of us who believe in Darlie's guilt are not responsible for torturing her family. Frankly and unfortunately, Darlie Routier has done enough of that, putting her family through this for so many years. If anyone has truly suffered and been tortured, it was Devin and Damon. Ms. Key stated above, who are you? I'm a person that saw this case on the news, saw photos of those 2 little boys, and they won my heart, even though it's too late. But I don't think it will ever be too late for us to continue caring for them. Darlie Key says, not against Darlie, really? She didn't kill anyone, especially Devin and Damon. And I'll match your ignorant lies with facts that you will ignore. You know anything. You know nothing. Anyone would be glad to discuss the case with facts, not lies from people such as you. She's claiming that Kelly lied about what we all see on the Robert Riggs Darlie Key interview. She's claiming that Kelly's lying about that. Kelly Gay responds with, and Kelly Gay says, Miss Key, I think you are deliberately trying to twist this up. I am obviously talking about after the polygraph was given. I find it so hard to believe that two boys were sleeping 1 foot and the other 4 feet from her. She slept while her neck was cut, but yet Drake moving in his crib kept her awake. No. And then Jessica again. Well, to me, you seem and sound very much like a crazy person. Just because you think and believe something does not make it a fact. This is a fact. You were not there. Everything you refer to is basically hearsay. It's not hearsay when you see it on film. In your own opinion. Again, you're entitled to that, but don't push your opinion on others. Kelly responded with, were you there? No, I wasn't, and I don't pretend I was. Well, I was there when I sat down and watched Darlie Key say no, she didn't take a lie detector test. Kelly says, did I say I was there? Heck no. I don't have to pretend anything. By the way, we all know Charlie Sanford changed his opinion about the verdict. I see that some claim that many other jurors have changed theirs as well. Can either of you give us the names of those other jurors? Nope, they can't. Every time I ask that question, they turn and run as fast as they can. They say that many of the jurors changed their mind, but they can't give the names. It was only Charles Sanford, and that was based on bullshit lies. Darlie Key says, here's a good example of these idiots. Darlie Key, ha ha ha, who is vain and tries to fool people. Kelly Gay laughs. Laugh out loud. Well, thank you. I do get a lot of compliments about my hair. Glad you feel the same way. I appreciate it. But again, you can give the names of the other juror. Can you give the names of the other jurors? Darlie Key said, I wouldn't give you a sack of crap. That means that Darlie Key has stockpiled sacks of crap somewhere, and she wouldn't give them away. She wants to keep her own sacks of crap. I will watch you eat it when Darlie Lynn gets out. And then it says, consider yourself blocked for hate talk. Well, you're the one that posted it. Shows some admiration there to me. But then again, let's try again. What are the names of the other jurors besides Charlie Sanford? I didn't know more than one changed their mind, and my opinion has always been it was post Susan Smith hype. And to avoid public fear, they had to solve it as quick as possible, regardless of who took the fall. And what a better person to take the fall, the one that survived. I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm not pushing my opinions on the others. Kelly says, I was only trying to get a simple answer out of Miss Key. What are their names? Darlie Key says, keep trying, but you have fingers, do your own work. And your hair looks like crap. I am not being hateful, but it does nothing for your rather large face and age. Darlie Key, please. Please. Jessica says, the world revolves around its axis, not you or your questions, opinions, yada yada. Kelly came back with, Miss Key, you are the one that used the words ignorant and crazy as far as hate talk. I see her supporters always do that when they're hit with a question they can't answer. This is back in 2011, y'all. They still do this to this day. Darlie Key isn't as vocal as she used to be, but she still has. I have answered everything. I don't even know the jurors' names. Not that it's your business. Like being a web sleuth? Sure we do. Sure we do. Kelly Gay Thomas. Well, I think you've answered my question about by not answering it. And as far as other people's business, you may want to let those dollar donors in on some more info as to what's going on with the bucks they have sent so far. Then Robbie Key steps in. I had it out with him too. They got a divorce. Miss Thomas, I believe there are attorneys accepting donations and giving reports to anyone who asks. But that's the real Darlie Key. This is a real conversation. She literally denied that she ever said Darlie said no, that Darlie took the lie detectors test. And she even said Robert Riggs said some things that he didn't. Let's see if we can find you the clips. On your YouTube search bar, you can just put in Robert Riggs Darlie, and the first one that'll come up is Robert Riggs reports on Darlie Routier murder case, and you can go to about 11:19, I believe it is. Right here's the part that they're talking about it in particular, and Darlie Key brings it up that she wanted to take one and all that, and she sits there and lies. She lies. They have to defend her with lies. You can also look at my channel and type in lie detector. Darren's comes up. This one right here comes up because I've talked about it several different times. Also, for people that are interested in the arguments between me and Danelle, you can type in Danelle, and all the videos that I have about Danelle are in there. You can type in Baby D, and you can see more of them there. She literally reported me 16 times in one day because I used her name. So I started switching over to Baby D. But those are very interesting too. There is a whole bunch of them. There's the private chat between Baby D and me, or I can't spell watch the correct way. And then on my live, let's see. Well, there is like a 3-hour live with me and her where she rage quit on us. But that's how they are. I just wanted to share that really quickly. Thanks for watching. I'll do more when I get better as far as the medicine and my back. I'll do more. I'm trying to get more interviews. I can tell you all this. I had a conversation with Jimmy Patterson the other day, and I'd like to do a podcast with him. He needs to uh, clear it with his chief, and it'd be interesting, especially since people are accusing his son. But I talked to him, and he's still the same Jimmy Patterson that he was back in 1996.